So I'm back with week 3, and this is the 14th of January until the 20th of January. This was quite a busy week, actually, and I really love how this came out as a whole. I'm impressing myself a little bit with my layouts this year. I don't know why, I just feel like they're just better. I don't know, there's just little things about it. Maybe it's the labels and the consistency or something, but I'm just really enjoying the first 3 weeks of this year. I feel like these layouts have been really, really nice. So I'm enjoying doing them. So this week was a little bit different. Instead of actually using paper, I used a map from where we went on the Sunday. And I really like how it's come out. I wasn't sure which paper to use, but because I had this map and I was thinking, well, in all honesty, I'm not that interested about the actual map itself. It's just a park map really, but I like the idea that it's in the background of the project life, and then it's just little bits and pieces. It's not a massive tourist attraction that I want to look back on and look at the map and things and point out stuff, because we didn't see all of it. We just went because we've never been. But this was Yorkshire Sculpture Park. It's not far from us actually, but we've never been before, and we had a Sunday off together, so we thought we'd go. And I just thought it'd be nice to use that as a background rather than put it in the pocket and make it bulky. As I said, I probably wasn't too bothered about opening it up and looking through the map again, like I do a lot of my travel ones. So I was happy to use it in the background, and I really like how it's come out, so I'll do that in the future. Should I ever go somewhere in the UK again, I'll probably pick up an extra map, one that I don't want to use, and then I can use it in the background because I just think it looks really nice. So for this week, I am using the Vicky Bootin Let's Wander collection, which I think is a 2020 collection actually. I had quite a few bits and pieces from this collection. I had the cut parts and I had the thickers, so I wanted to use some of those up. I still obviously don't get to use all of them, so I'll be able to use that in a later layout, but I just really like how this week came out. So I'm going with like a browns and greens sort of theme for this week. So I'm going to cut down 4 6x6s for obviously the backgrounds, and I'm going to stick them on the previous weeks. You see me mess up numerous times. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was sticking things on the wrong way round. I was sticking things on the wrong cut apart, wrong photo. I my mind obviously wasn't there, but I do fix it in the end. So I'm just going to leave my title card for time being. I'm going to concentrate on the pictures of us on the Sunday. So I used my Canon selfie just to print like a shuffle print with a couple of photos. So there's a picture of Joe and I obviously out walking, and then there was a Highland cow in the park that we went to, and then there was some sculptures and stuff that I wanted to include, but I didn't feel like I needed to make them big, so I just kept them on like a little shuffle print, and I like that. I'm going to use some of the thickers. It says Let's Wander. And then I'm going to bring out my labels again, and I really need to learn to stick them the right way around. It's only just dawned on me that the part with the biggest gap is where it's supposed to be at the top, I believe. So I really need to learn that. I keep sticking them upside down. So anyway, so I stick those on, and I just really like, as I said, how it came out with the background and stuff. I think it suits really nicely compared to maybe I would have just picked out green paper, and I've done that before and I just don't like it. I enjoy it when there's a bit of going on in the background. I like it to look busy. So I went to go get some washi tape because I realised I didn't have any washi tape, and I've just got this like brown goldy one that's got like compasses on, which I thought matches because obviously it's like a travel spread. So I wanted to use the Vicky Bootin collection because we do go to Monaco at the end of this week, so I wanted to use that for the Friday and Saturday really, but then it matched because it was greens and we went for a walk and we went out, and there was a few little cars that just matched it perfectly, so I was really happy to use this collection. So yeah, so that is the Sunday. So that's what we did on Sunday. We just went for a walk. It was so cold, it was a bit muddy, and Joe wasn't very well, so we weren't out a lot. He just has a bit of that, he has that 100-day cough thing that's going around at the moment, which is a shame, because he's not ill very often, so when he does get ill, he absolutely hates it. So then the pictures are going to go down the bottom. So it turned really cold this week, like Baltic cold. It was like -4, but it felt like -7, which is so cold. So we stayed inside majority of the time, but when we did have to go outside, it was a bit icy and a bit snowy, so we didn't get a full blanket of snow, which I would have liked, but we did get little sprinkles, and obviously the a lot of the water was all frozen and things like that. So the cats were making me laugh because they really did not want to be outside. So they forced themselves outside for an hour and then they came back in. But I managed to get a picture of Mango just walking on the decking where you can see like it's all splattered with snow. And then I did take a picture of the forecast as well, just to put on there that it was feels like -7, which was very cold. We did actually see Joe's mum on the Monday, but I didn't get any photos again because it was so cold and it was a bit of a rush, and it was so quiet. We were supposed to go to Nando's, but it was closed due to a power cut, so we had to find another option quickly, and then we went to another restaurant, but it was very quiet. So I don't know, I just felt a little bit out of place to start taking photos, but I need to get that out of my head and just do it anyway. So yeah, we didn't get any pictures of when we went out for food, but I did write it on my little label that I put underneath the 2 pictures. And then I'm just going to put a little sticker down the bottom, a little thicker, it says in the neighbourhood, because as I said, it was just cold around us. So I was going to stick the photos down just on the green, but I decided that it merged too not nicely. It just got a bit lost. So I went to go find some paper and I come back with some black, because I'm going to stamp the title in black and there's a few sort of black borders and stuff in this layout. It just matched it quite nicely. I was trying to look for brown, and I'm sure I had some craft paper that's left over from some scrapbooks, but I couldn't find it, so I just came back with this scrap of black cardstock that I obviously ripped out of a scrapbook once upon a time, and I just like how it turns out. As I said, there's borders in this layout quite frequently, so it just matches it nicely. So yes, I'm going to stick those 2 photos down side by side, put some washi tape at the bottom, and then use a little label just to write that we saw Joe's mum and it was very cold this week. And then the last thing I'm going to put on this layout, I actually went out to see my friends in York on the Wednesday. We hadn't seen each other since nearly Christmas, I think. So we had a lot to catch up on. We just went to this restaurant that we've been to before, actually. It's called Fancy Hanks in York, and it's just like an American burger style restaurant, and they do burgers and chicken tenders and stuff like that. So I had the chicken sandwich, which I love, and I probably could live off chicken sandwiches, to be honest. I love them. So yeah, it was really nice, and we had a really nice meal, and we just caught up on a lot of stuff to do with like the wedding and some holidays and stuff that we've got booked, and also it's a few of the girls' birthdays, and it was my birthday actually, so they gave me a nice present which I didn't open until my actual birthday, but yeah, it was just a few little things we had to just confirm with plans and stuff that we had. So this is me turning all the labels the right way around. But for the photo of the one with the food that I'm going to put next to the photo of the food, there was a card that had like local favourite, and it had a burger on there, which I thought was really, really fitting. So I just cut it down a little bit because it didn't need to be that big and it would have blocked out a lot of stuff. So I just cut the blue out of the cut apart and put it next to the photo. So I'm just putting that 6x6 in there, and I'm just I was struggling. This is why this video is so long, because I couldn't seem to because the map was like folded, it kept bouncing. So the first time I cut out a 6x6, it wasn't the right size. It was way too small because it was ruffling underneath. So it wasn't flat. And I just had to, try again and stuff. And I was running out of map, and I was worried because obviously I want to use this for the second part as well. But spoiler alert, I do actually have enough map for the second layout, but I was worried that I was going to run out because I really wasn't cutting this very well, and this is where I went wrong, because I stuck it on the wrong side, and then I stuck the photo on the wrong thing, and I don't know, my mind wasn't there. I was watching some TV, but I wasn't engrossed in it that much that I wasn't concentrating. I just think I wasn't even thinking about what I was doing. But yeah, so as I said, we went out for food on the Wednesday, which was nice. And I just love all these. I just thought this collection was perfect for this week, and I'm glad to have used it really, because it's been sat in my stash since 2020, and I've used a little bit of it, but obviously, as you can see, I've still got plenty of cut parts and plenty of the thickers left, so I'm wanting to use those up, and I think I might be able to use them up for my Canada album, in all honesty, because there's quite a few things on there that I think will match quite nicely, because the thickers are very brown, and very green, and I think I'm going to go for that sort of theme for the Rockies, so I might be able to use those up, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm just going to look through, as I said, for that card. I'm going to cut out the blue border and stick that down. But yeah, so the second part of this week is pretty much just about Monaco. So we went to Monaco on the Friday, we came back on the Monday, so that will sort of go over 2 spreads, but I want to focus on the travel aspect of it on this week, so the Friday, Saturday, and then the Sunday was my birthday, so I want to go more into like a birthday celebration collection for that week, just to make the most of those. As I said, I've been going along with the seasons a lot rather than the theme, so I want to start using up some collections that, things I haven't been touching really for a while, so not just going to the same thing all the time, and just using up some bits. I'm going for a bit of a phase at the moment that I really want to use up things, so I'm hoping I can use up a lot of my stash and things with Project Life, and obviously all my albums that I've got going on. So I'm just getting together all my stuff for Vancouver, and I'm trying to, it's finding that happy medium between pulling out loads of stuff and obviously want to try and use all that stuff, but then also not getting too carried away and thinking, actually, am I going to actually use all this stuff? So it's a happy medium to try and pull out things you're actually going to finish rather than just everything and have loads of things left over, because I did that with Porto. I thought I didn't take out too much stuff, but I took out quite a lot and I didn't use it all, so now I'm having to put it all back. So I'm just trying to avoid that with Vancouver, so we'll see what I can get away with for that album. But yeah, so I'm not purging, because I refuse to sell or refuse to throw away anything, because I will find a use for it at one point, but it's just pushing myself to use things up more and just embellishing more. You can't really go wrong. I mean, obviously you can get too bulky, you don't want it to be too bulky, but it's flat stickers and stuff like that don't make a difference, and I just feel like you just need to use things up rather than just let them sit there for years, which I have done. I just want to use them up. So yeah, there's a few things, especially my Vancouver album, that I've had in my stash for so long, that I'm excited to use up for. So we'll see. Anyway, back to this one. So I'm just sticking this map 6x4 card that I'm going to use for my title. I just liked it. I just thought it was really good, and obviously it matched the background. So I'm just going to put that on there. I'm going to put some washi tape along the top, and then I'm going to use my Ellie Studio stamps to write out week 3. And as I said, I've really enjoying this consistency with the stamps. I just think it looks really good, and I do feel like the labels and the stamps have really enhanced my Project Life this year so far, and I'm so glad I've done it. And I will continue to do that. But it does make me a little bit sad that I'm missing out on my alphas. But as I said, I will be trying to use my alphas in other things, and trying to use them up so that, I'm going to really try not to buy anymore. Sometimes I cave and I think they're really cute. And if they're like £1, sometimes I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. It's just one more. But I do find that they just sit in your stash for so long because it's very hard to use them. So yeah, I'm going to try and use some alphas for other projects, but for Project Life I'm really enjoying just using these Ellie Studios ones, and I just like the font. I really like the font. I do need to get a new StazOn black ink though. I've had this one for a few years. It's not running out. It's not as good as my other ones, so I'm just noticing the difference at the moment. But yeah, so this was the 14th to the 20th of January, and January is long. It's a very long month, and I don't mind it because I obviously don't want it to go quick, because I'm getting married in 6 months' time, and that freaks me out a little bit. So I'm well for this long month, and that it's not ticking by into February just yet. But saying that, I am looking forward to summer. It's been a long winter, so I'm looking forward to some sun. When we went to Monaco, it just reminded me of the sun, because it was so nice weather, and I was just thinking, yeah, I'm definitely ready for some spring and summer weather to finally hit, because it's just been cold since October. It's just been cold, and winters are always long here in the UK compared to summer. Summer seems to fly by, we don't get much of it, but the winter just seems to drag. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some summary layouts. But as I said, I've not been using a lot of my winter collections for this year because I've been using all the bits and pieces, which is quite exciting. But once I use my birthday collection for that week, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the last week of January. Just depends on what happens, really. I don't think anything major is going to happen because I'm working all week. So I might just go back to using a wintry collection, just to get them out. But I just want it to snow when I just want it to snow because I want to use those collections because it looks better when there's snow because all the collections have snow in them. But yeah, I will see what happens with the weather. But yeah, so I stamped those that week 3 at the top there, and I'm going to go get my date stamp to put the dates in the corner. But that's pretty much everything. The only thing I do add, I just felt like the map card felt a little bit lost, so I put a word sticker that says "Let's do it all" just next to the microscope. Is that a microscope? Yeah, it's a microscope. To put it on there just to break it up a little bit because it just felt a little bit bare. But other than that, that is everything. I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's a bit longer than normal, but yeah, a bit more in detail. I feel like I've gone with this one and not rushed it really. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back with part 2 shortly. Bye.